Imagine the world's most famous Olympian, a hero etched into the American psyche, suddenly revealing a truth that changed everything. We often think we know our favorite icons, but behind the red carpets and gold medals, some stars were fighting a silent battle to become who they truly were. Today, we're peeling back the Hollywood curtain to reveal the most profound transformations that stunned the industry and redefined modern identity. From Olympic legends to runway pioneers, we are uncovering the hidden struggles, the immense courage, and the shocking reveals that forever altered Tinseltown. Alexis Arquette. Alexis Arquette was a singular force within the storied Arquette acting dynasty, a woman whose courage and creativity left an indelible mark on Hollywood long before her untimely passing in 2016. Born into a family of cinematic luminaries, including siblings Rosanna, Patricia, David, and Richmond, Alexis navigated her journey with a level of transparency that was both rare and revolutionary for her time. While many know her from roles in The Wedding Singer or Pulp Fiction, her most profound performance was her own life. In 2007, she invited the world to witness her transition in the documentary Alexis Arquette, She's My Brother. For many Americans of that generation, this film provided a first, heartfelt look at the realities of living authentically, anchored by the unwavering support of her famous siblings. Alexis was more than an actress. She was a multifaceted artist, a cabaret performer, underground cartoonist, and a fierce advocate. She lived with HIV for nearly 30 years, transforming a private struggle into a public platform to dismantle the stigma surrounding the illness. When she passed at age 47 from cardiac arrest related to HIV complications, the world lost a pioneer who had championed others, including fellow transition figures like Chaz Bono. Her legacy isn't just one of fame, but of profound integrity. Alexis Arquette proved that even within the artifice of Tinseltown, one could live a life of uncompromising truth, reminding us all that resilience and compassion are the truest forms of stardom. Amia Scott. Amia Scott is a distinguished actress, model, and advocate whose life story is a masterclass in quiet determination and self-respect. Born Arthur Scott, she began her transition at the age of 17. In an era when transgender representation was virtually non-existent in the mainstream, her early self-awareness and resolve marked her as a true pioneer. She captured the national spotlight in 2015 during a pivotal moment for American television. Amia had filmed scenes for The Real Housewives of Atlanta, poised to become the franchise's first openly transgender cast member. For many viewers, particularly older generations witnessing a rapidly shifting cultural landscape, her presence promised a new level of inclusion. However, Amia made the courageous choice to walk away. She felt the production was prioritizing spectacle over her humanity, treating her identity as a plot point rather than a person. In a world that often demands fame at any cost, Amia chose her dignity instead. While some industry critics initially questioned her dramatic appeal, her talent spoke for itself. She eventually caught the eye of legendary creator Lee Daniels, who personally invited her to audition for a high-profile Empire prequel project. This recognition from Hollywood royalty validated what her fans already knew. Amia was a serious artist. Today, she stands as a symbol of integrity. Her journey teaches us that true progress isn't just about visibility. It's about the power to define oneself with grace and uncompromising truth. Andreja Pejic. Andreja Pejic is an internationally acclaimed fashion icon whose extraordinary career helped redefine global standards of beauty and identity. Born in Bosnia and Herzegovina and raised in Australia, her path to stardom began with a classic Cinderella moment. She was discovered at age 17 while working at a McDonald's. This humble beginning launched her into a world that would soon be captivated by her unique, ethereal presence. In the early chapters of her career, Andreja was celebrated for a striking androgyny that allowed her to move seamlessly between men's and women's high-fashion runways. This versatility reached a fascinating cultural peak in 2011 when she achieved a rare feat, being ranked as one of the world's top male models while simultaneously appearing on FHM's list of the 100 sexiest women. For many in the public, this was a profound introduction to the idea that beauty could transcend traditional boundaries. However, behind the glamour, Andrea navigated a deeply personal journey. In 2014, she courageously came out as a transgender woman, a transition later explored in the poignant film Andrea, the documentary. She spoke candidly about her childhood struggles and the resilience required to align her public success with her private truth. Today, Andrea stands as a symbol of transformation and integrity. Her legacy is not merely found in magazine pages, but in her bravery to live authentically, proving that true elegance is found in the courage to be oneself. Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner first captured the American heart as a symbol of peak physical achievement and national pride. In 1976, she won the Olympic gold medal in the decathlon at the Montreal Games, earning the title of the world's greatest athlete. For a generation of Americans, she represented the ultimate image of strength, discipline, and the pursuit of excellence, a legacy that made her a hero in the eyes of many. Decades later, Caitlyn remained in the public eye through the reality series Keeping Up with the Kardashians. As the husband of Kris Jenner and a devoted parent to a large blended family, including Kendall and Kylie Jenner, she was a fixture in living rooms across the country. However, beneath the surface of a seemingly perfect life, Caitlyn was navigating a deeply personal struggle with her identity that spanned most of her life. In 2015, at the age of 65, Caitlyn made the courageous decision to live her truth. Her transition was introduced to the world via a landmark Vanity Fair cover, sparking a national conversation about identity that resonated particularly with older Americans who had followed her career since the 70s. Her journey was further chronicled in the series I Am Kate, where she sought to learn more about the broader transgender community. Honored with the Arthur Ashe Courage Award, she later became the first openly transgender woman to grace the cover of Sports Illustrated. Today, Caitlyn Jenner remains a testament to the fact that it is never too late to embrace one's authentic self, proving that true bravery exists both on the Olympic track and in the quiet honesty of the soul. Candace Cain. Candace Cain made television history as the first openly transgender actress to hold a recurring role on American primetime television. She captivated national audiences with her portrayal of Carmelita Rayner on ABC's Dirty Sexy Money, where she played the love interest of William Baldwin's character. For many viewers, particularly those accustomed to traditional television, this was a watershed moment. A transgender woman was presented not as a caricature, but as a sophisticated, fully realized character in a mainstream drama. Born Brandon McDaniel, Candace is a fraternal twin who began her transition in 1996, a time when the path to authenticity was far less paved than it is today. Before her Hollywood breakthrough, she was a cornerstone of New York City's vibrant 1990s nightlife, where she excelled as a choreographer and performer. These formative years in the creative trenches of New York sharpened the poise and artistic confidence that would eventually make her a household name. Following her success on ABC, Candace continued to break ground, appearing as Alexis Stone in the provocative drama Nip Tuck, and later joining the cast of the documentary series I Am Kate. Despite her status as a pioneer, she has often spoken about the weight of being a representative, expressing a poignant desire to be seen primarily as a joyful, creative individual. Today, Candace Cain remains a symbol of grace and professional excellence, proving that living with integrity is the most powerful performance of all. Carmen Carrera. Carmen Carrera first captured the public's imagination as a standout contestant on RuPaul's Drag Race, where her striking elegance and poise made her an immediate favorite. However, her true legacy began after the cameras stopped rolling. Choosing honesty over the status quo, Carmen publicly transitioned, sharing her journey at a time when such stories were rarely discussed in the American mainstream. Her transparency served as a bridge, helping many families, particularly those of an older generation, understand the deeply personal nature of identity and self-acceptance. Her commitment to visibility took a courageous turn when she and her husband appeared on the VH1 series Couples Therapy. By inviting cameras into her marriage, Carmen offered a thoughtful, mature look at how love can navigate profound change. This move was intentional. She sought to reach audiences in the hip-hop and urban communities, fostering dialogue and humanizing the transgender experience in spaces where it had often been misunderstood or ignored. Carmen's talents eventually led her to the silver screen, notably appearing in the 2015 film Ricky and the Flash alongside Meryl Streep. Beyond acting, she became a formidable voice in the fashion industry, famously challenging Victoria's Secret to embrace more inclusive standards of beauty. Today, Carmen Carrera is recognized not just as a pioneer, but as a resilient professional. She continues to advocate for stories that portray women with complexity and emotional depth, proving that her most enduring role is simply living as her authentic, dignified self. Caroline Cozy. Caroline Cozy holds a unique and lasting place in modern cultural history, serving as a graceful pioneer for a generation that rarely saw transgender lives represented with such elegance. Born intersex and assigned male at birth, Caroline began her transition at age 17. With remarkable discipline, she worked as a showgirl in Paris to save for her medical transition, navigating a world that offered little protection or understanding for those living outside the status quo. Her beauty and poise eventually led her to the pinnacle of the fashion and film industries. In 1981, she appeared in the James Bond classic For Your Eyes Only, earning her the historic distinction of being the first transgender woman to appear in the Bond franchise. A decade later, she made history once again as the first openly transgender model to pose for Playboy. These milestones were not merely about glamour. They were profound challenges to the era's rigid definitions of beauty and womanhood. Despite the intense public scrutiny that followed her outing by the tabloids, Caroline reclaimed her narrative with dignity. She authored her memoir, My Story, and became a powerful advocate for transgender rights. One of her most poignant memories, a simple act of having her ears pierced in 1971, remains a touching symbol of her early self-recognition. Today, Caroline Cozy is remembered not just for her historic firsts, but for the quiet, unwavering courage it took to live a life of integrity in the spotlight. Chaz Bono. Chaz Bono occupies a special place in the hearts of many Americans, having grown up before our very eyes as the only child of the legendary duo Sonny and Cher. For decades, the public knew him as a fixture of 1970s television, a golden-haired child appearing on the Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour. Because of this lifelong connection, Chaz's journey toward his authentic self became one of the most significant and relatable stories of transition for older generations in the United States. In 2009, Chaz began his gender transition, a process he shared with profound vulnerability in the documentary Becoming Chaz. The film, which premiered at the Sundance Film Festival, offered an intimate look at the complexities of identity, especially when navigating them under the intense glare of the spotlight and within a famous family. By speaking openly about his experience, Chaz helped demystify the transition process for millions of parents and grandparents, proving that the love between a parent and child can withstand even the most profound changes. Beyond his advocacy, Chaz has built a successful career as a writer and actor, appearing in acclaimed series like American Horror Story and competing on Dancing with the Stars. His appearance on the ballroom floor was a landmark moment, bringing a message of courage and visibility to mainstream living rooms across the country. Today, Chaz Bono is respected not just for his famous lineage, but for his individual strength. His life serves as a powerful reminder that living with integrity is a lifelong journey, one that requires the same bravery he showed the world as he stepped into his own truth. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos. See you in the next one.